And we are back. No hiatus, no long
Week.
pause. Just 1 week after the other. We're back. This is your Husky Barboos podcast. It is reflecting out on the new logo. You can check out the new logo. Was
Pretty
approved.
nice, by the way.
Yeah, approved by the two Huskies. Hey, if we're gonna name the thing the Husky Barboos, I mean we have to run it by both of them.
By both of them,
I mean,
skip one.
Yeah. I mean, I know one of them is the designer.
And the OG.
One of them is the designer, but still, I mean, if we name it the Husky Barboos, plural, not singular, so it has to go by both of them. So I hope you all not like the new logo. You don't get to see our cartoon faces anymore. Sad emoji face.
I actually liked that one. I thought it was kind of cool
Well,
when you brought it up to me a year and a half ago.
Yeah, a year and some change. So we had because in the first original logo it had the scary looking cartoon face of yours truly. Then when we expanded, when we expanded, I mean it's already expanded as it was because of my fat ass. Then
I just made it that much bigger.
Yeah. I mean if it was a football field for before, add 2. Because I got bigger and you.
Oh man.
Fat jokes, we have them. Anyway. If anybody's gonna deprecate us, it's gonna be us. So I mean, all right.
Fuck everyone else. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just us.
I told you. Look, if it's me, it's me. If it's you, I'm not gonna censor anybody.
No. Well, I'm trying to,
Yeah. But I haven't. Other than the ASS word, I haven't said anything.
Supposedly, I was watching. My wife was watching Ink Master, like through all the seasons, the tattoo show on Spike TV.
Okay.
And they allowed to say SHIT, like use it as they want.
They've been allowing that word for a minute now,
but not on like mainstream TV, like shows. Like
yes.
None of the shows I watch allow, unless I'm just so
not
to the word.
Not the traditional 3, the alphabet, the traditional alphabet channels.
Yeah,
that they have three
That's
letters.
Most of my shows that I watch,
the traditional ones that not there, but anything outside from there, if it's cable, that SHIT word goes thrown out like it's nothing. So, I mean, we try to do these things avoiding certain subjects.
But here we are.
I mean, we were going to go through, last week was a downer because of the nature of the thing that was. I mean, we lost 3 people. We should have added a 4th one, which was Eileen Sorkin, who played the original voice of Harley Quinn in the original Batman animated series. We forgot that. And that goes on double on me because I'm the nerd.
You forgot that.
Exactly. That goes double on me because I'm the nerd. So we forgot about her. She died the same week. So giving our flowers now to Arlene Sorkin, who was the original voice of Harley Quinn. She was the original voice and she died last week. So RIP to her. But the main thing that we talked about was wrestling. Now, we don't try to be a wrestling podcast. This is not a wrestling podcast. It's one of my interests. For better or for worse, I'm a wrestling mark. I'm a wrestling fan. For better or for worse, I mean, I got to see, I saw Jack Veneno live as a kid. I never seen a wrestling event here in the States live. What? Scratch that. I did last year. Last year I did because I went to the mall, the Palisades Mall, and guess what? They had a wrestling event there. It was just a couple of weeks away from the passing of Scott Hall.
Oh, wow.
And there were a bunch of guys already there who had Scott Hall tribute T-shirts on. So the boys were representing. When I say the boys, I mean the wrestlers. They were representing. So it got a little tiring because there were no chairs, so you had to just stand there and look at it. And I'm a big boy. Standing is not necessarily up for our, in our stamina department,
Exactly.
It's not in our stamina department, so I had to bounce. Little did I find out later that day that Tommy Dreamer was the main event.
Oh my God! So you missed
And
that.
I missed it. I was like, if there was ever, well, of the plethora of moments of my life, I wanted to kick myself in the nards. Put that one up there in the list.
And any guy listening, knowing that's a
That's a moment right there that you
yeah.
want to like. Yeah, I want to get on my body, get it into another body, kick me right in the nards, right square in the nards. I mean, I already have a kid, so
Yeah, but
you'd be,
that kid is begging for a little
no, she's
sibling.
not. She's not anymore. She's 12. She's like, look, I already got the attention, so
Why change that?
the attention is already on me. So why I'm gonna fight bite the hand that feeds me? Oh, she's smart, man. Oh, can I tell you, she's smart. Anyway, all this giant prelude just to get to the point. If we just gonna go down to the quick, we're gonna go to the quick, man. Okay, a certain wrestler, a happy-go-lucky guy, he always gets along with everybody.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
He gets along with everybody. Has a certain a reputation, if you will.
No,
Got his rear end canned yesterday. What I'm talking about? Well, let me read it
yeah.
out here.
Explain it to me.
Yeah, let's just read the official statement from All Elite Wrestling. It says here, statement from All Elite Wrestling and Tony Khan. All Elite Wrestling, AEW, has terminated the wrestler and employment agreement between Phillip Brooks, aka CM Punk, and AEW with cause, effective immediately. The termination was confirmed today by Tony Khan, CEO, general manager, and head creative of AEW. The termination follows a week-long internal investigation of an incident occurring backstage at AEW All in London on Sunday, August 27. Following the investigation, the AEW Discipline Committee met and later convened with outside legal counsel before making an unanimous recommendation to Khan that CM Punk be terminated with cause. That's a very key word right there. Terminated with cause. And I'll explain that later. Khan offered the following statement. Phil played an important role within AEW, and I thank him for his contributions. The termination of his contracts, because there's more than one. There was, as we said it was wrestler and employee. Okay, with cause is ultimately my decision and my decision alone. Of course, I wish I didn't have to share this news, which may come as a disappointment to many of our fans. Nevertheless, I am making this decision in the best interest of the many amazing people who make AEW possible every week. Our talent, staff, venue operators, and many others whose efforts are unsung but essential to bring our fans great shows on television and at arena stadiums throughout the world. End quote. So, if you didn't understood the plain English on that, CM Punk was fired for the second time in less than 10 years. And somebody sent a meme showing Roman Reigns carrying all his belts and saying, "We're living in an era with Roman Reigns' title reign has been longer than CM Punk's AEW career." It's funny because it's true. I mean, this is supposed to be like a sad occasion because let me tell you, CM Punk was, keyword there, was my favorite wrestler for the longest time. And the day he quit, well, actually was fired from WWE back in 2014, that was a dark day. That was a dark day for me because I was like, damn it, now the product is going to suck because who's going to take the ball? Who's gonna come up? And less than 10 years later, he shows up in AEW back in 2021. Happiest day. We're like, wait, yes, finally, the dude is going to get to end it on his own terms. He's finally going to end his career the proper way. And then we find out why WWE fired his bound in the first place. I mean, we should have known the moment that Seth Rollins called him cancer. Seth Rollins called him, "Get away, Phil, you cancer." The moment you heard that, it was like, something wrong here. Something going on here. And then
just think they're entitled.
Yeah, and we in past podcasts we've talked about Brawl Out of last year. You know, the brouhaha he had with the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, which is still not revealed to the public. I mean, we just hear hearsay here and there, but it's still closed to the public knowledge of what actually happened. It's just, hearsay. Everything that we know about is just hearsay because it was in a tight, closed room. What happened past Saturday is now known to the whole wide world because guess what? Let me explain to you because you probably don't know squat of what happened, right?
No, I just texted you yesterday. I heard he was fired. That's
okay, let me explain. Last week, they had a pay-per-view event in Wembley Stadium in London, in England. And it was in a sold-out arena, 83,000 people. 83,000. That's a lot of people. Mm-hmm. So, until now, the biggest show, not only in AEW, but in wrestling in general, this far. In wrestling in general, not just AEW. We're talking about all of wrestling in the world. This has been the single seller event ever right now.
I thought WrestleMania was.
It beat WrestleMania. So they fill up that freaking stadium, which is huge. Queen played there. That's you've seen all those old videos, archive videos of Queen playing in a sea of people that you can't see the end of it. That's where it happened. That's exactly where it happened. So that stadium is huge. And they filled it up. And on that particular day, which would have been considered, and it still is considered, should be considered, the greatest achievement of that wrestling company and also wrestling in general, this individual, because I'm trying to control my language, gets into a skirmish with another wrestler yet again, but this time in front of everybody in the back. Because it happened in gorilla position. Gorilla position is where the boss, this case Tony Khan, is in his his headset telling everybody what to do. He has monitors right in front of him. He's looking at all the cameras. He's instructing the referees what to do. He's instructing the light crew, the television crew. That's where he's directing everything. And it's called the gorilla position in honor of Gorilla Monsoon. So he's there. And there was a discussion beforehand because they did a couple of pre-matches before the pay-per-view that were free for YouTube and other channels as well. Mm-hmm. And one of those matches was Jack Perry, formerly known as Jungle Boy. Jack Perry is the son of Luke Perry, the actor who died a few years ago. And he was the FTW champion versus a wrestler called Hook. And they had a planned spot where they're going to do a suplex on top of a car with actual glass on the back of the glass of the back of the car. So he had asked permission days before to do this spot, and AEW granted the permission. What happened? When CM Punky, or Punky Brewster as MJF called him, came back, he kind of pseudo had control over one of the shows, which is called Collision, that airs Saturday nights. And they did like a soft brand split between Dynamite and Collision. And in Collision were only the wrestlers that were approved by CM Punk to stay there, or basically the people that could bear working with him. because the others were like, no, we're not dealing with his BS. So they stayed in Dynamite, and they just left the people in Collision, the ones that want to deal with Punk. So one of the guys that were dealing with Punk was Jack Perry, who before that he was good. They were good. So Punk got ticked off because he was going to do that spot on glass, on actual glass. And all this I'm explaining is before the event. This is not during the event. This happened all before the event. So Jack Perry already had the approval of the big ups in AEW to do the spot of getting the suplex on top of the car and hitting actual glass. And CM Punk told him, look, don't do it. And was like, what do you care? I already got the approval. Okay, so you might say, well, okay, CM Punk was trying to be, looking out for the kid, not to get permanently injured and whatnot. But still, the kid got the approval and he wanted to go through it. So what does he care, right? What does he care? But Punk apparently was very annoyed about this, that he didn't check it out with him. It was like, well, I checked it out with the bosses. You're not my boss. You're my co-worker.
Yeah.
And Punk, well, I run this show. Like, no, you don't. You're a co-worker like me. The boss is Tony Khan and the heads. I talked to them. They approved. So you just have to take it. And so they got a little skirmish about that. And they were ruffled their feathers because of that. So this match between Jack Perry and Hook was going on before the pay-per-view actually started. It was pre-pay-per-view. So when the spot occurs of him getting the suplex on top of the car, Jack Perry looks at the camera, grabs the camera to his face, and he looks at the camera. Cameraman, follow me. He looks at and he makes the cameraman go to the car, and he says, "You see this glass?" Touches the glass like that. "You see this glass? That's real glass. Cry me a river." A direct, a direct finger pointed at Punk. Like, if you're looking at this, you don't know what the heck is going on. You're like, what the heck he's doing that? But if you know what's going on in the back, you know that he threw a shot right in his face in front of everybody on national television. Well, not national television, on YouTube. So the match was over, and Punk's match versus Samoa was the one that was supposed to start the pay-per-view. So when they get back to when Jack Perry ends his match and goes to the back, he's immediately confronted by CM Punk. And he was like, "Why did you do that to me? Why do you want to start that?" And he said, "Look, I said what I said, and that's it. You don't like it, I don't give a damn." So Punk proceeds to choke him out in front of everybody. Yes, he proceeds to choke him out in front of everybody, in front of his boss. This didn't happen in the locker room area. No, this has happened in gorilla position, and everybody's trying to stop it. And Samoa Joe immediately is the one that's trying to stop it, and they push everybody away. And some even monitors fell on top of Tony Khan. So Punk gets so angry, he was like, "You know what? I'm not going out." And his match is about to start. And Tony Khan is trying to convince him. Again, this is all hearsay. This is what all the information that we accumulated so far. But if nobody has denied it, and plus what we just read, that kind of implies that everything that I'm saying is true. So Tony Khan is trying to stop the whole situation and trying to get him to go back. And then Punk lunges towards Tony Khan and threatens him. His boss. So, and he threatened to quit, that he wasn't going to go out, he wasn't going to do anything, and it was only because Samoa Joe and CM Punk have been friends for years. Because Samoa Joe calmed him down and talked sense to him. And it was like, "Dude, we came too far for this. Let's do this match. Calmed him down. Managed to calm him down enough so he could do the match. And he actually did the match. And by the way, CM Punk won the match. He won the match against Samoa Joe. Then they go in the back, and then it's all smiles, giggles, and like nothing happened.
Mm.
So, what happened? This incident was in front of the whole locker room, in front of everybody, and in Wembley Stadium, which has all cameras hooked everywhere. So, this time, contrary to the one that happened in Brawl Out from last year, there is enough evidence to bury this dude. Plus, to add to the fact that he actually lunged towards his boss and threatened him. So, after a week of investigating what we read, dude gets fired. That's why when you texted me the image, I told you, oh yeah, I'd known it since whatever hour I knew it, and I took a nap afterwards.
Your former favorite wrestler gets fired from his company, and you're like, let me take a nap. Why not?
I mean, talk about shooting yourself in the head. That's exactly what he did. He shot himself. He killed himself. So
I want to go ahead.
No. So, like, people are asking, oh, what's going to be his future now? Nothing. I mean, anybody with any common sense
wouldn't touch him
with a 10-foot pole. Any company with any common sense. And I bet you, if he tried that ridiculous stuff in Mexico, in Japan, if he tried that kind of crap,
you'd be eating him.
Dude, he would end up like Bruiser Brody. And you might not know the story of Bruiser Brody, but he was an infamous bully in the wrestling world. He was an outlaw because he did things his way. This is the territory days. We're talking about the 80s, where he just if bosses didn't like him, he just took his ball and and went somewhere else, because there were plenty places where to eat. So he did one of his things in Puerto Rico. I'm not justifying what he did or justifying what happened to him, because the dude got stabbed like 18 times and died. I'm not justifying that. Nothing justifies murder. But his reputation,
in his bed.
No, his reputation precedes him. We to this day we don't know what the heck happened. To this day.
Yeah, he messed with the wrong person.
I'm not saying that was right. That's messed up.
No, I'm not saying it's right either. I'm just saying he did his thing.
I don't know if it was provoked or not. That's the whole thing. Again, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, in terms of Punk, he tries that kind of crap in Mexico or in Japan, history's going to repeat itself. Because the dude is just, like, if it's his way or the highway, and it's not like that. This is a shared environment where everybody's input is valued. And it cannot be just your way.
It's everyone's livelihood.
Exactly. It's not your way. Like, if this kid wanted to jump on top of glass, yes, you probably had the best intentions for him in the heart. But if it's his choice, man. It's his choice. You can't make him. You can't make him do something. If he wanted to jump on glass, let him jump on glass. Let him. It's his stitches. He's the one who's going to be walking around with stitches. That's his choice. That's not yours.
So, I was looking at what you were talking about before, about 83,000. And that was the biggest crowd.
Yeah.
It's not.
What is?
WrestleMania 32 sold out Arlington, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. 101,763 people.
WWE tends to exaggerate their numbers.
Everywhere you search, that's the number.
Still.
And that stadium holds a lot of people.
Okay. Let's just say this. The best international gate. By far.
Well,
not in the States.
Then that's different. I'm just going by what you were saying.
Yeah. But Hey, I'm going by what everybody's been reporting. Everybody's been reporting that was the biggest gate in like I don't know how many years.
And if you want to say in the world, supposedly something in Korea, it's called collision in Korea.
Mm. Yeah,
Day
that was
one
bigger.
was
That was
150,000 and
bigger.
day
Yeah,
two
yeah,
was
yeah, yeah.
170,000.
But
So
let's just say in recent time,
in recent time, okay.
this
Well,
was the biggest.
WrestleMania 32 was only 2016. So
But still a little over 5 years.
yeah,
No, over 5 years. So let's just say in the recent in the most recent like 5 years is the biggest gate. And it's something like you don't you're gonna scrub off 85,000 people.
I'm not scrubbing it off. I'm just trying to get numbers around here. You know,
Yeah, but don't scrub it up either. I mean, I'm just what I'm saying is that this
no,
is a
it's
big
huge.
is a
It's
big
huge.
accomplishment for a company that's only been around for like 4 years. It's a huge accomplishment. Sorry, for a company that's been around only 4 years. It's only been 4 years, and they already got 85,000 people in one stadium. And it wasn't even a shared venue like they did a co-show with like New Japan or anything. It was
Mhm.
AEW, an AEW show. So this is huge for them, but it was overshadowed by the fact that Punky Brewster had to do his thing. He had to strut his feathers. He had to pull his weight. He had to do what he always does, which is just make it about himself.
Well, like I said, entitled people think they can do whatever the hell they want,
Like I don't.
and he thinks he's this big shot and thinks he can do whatever he wanted. And you got to realize, hey, listen,
And remember, I was the one that was playing devil's advocate a few months ago, trying to defend him when he was trying to present the quote unquote olive branch to the guys he had his brouhaha from last year. Remember, I was the guy who was kind of defending him, and even now I'm like, forget him. I'm like, forget
and
him.
remember, we had this conversation when
Yeah,
when his brawl happened last year. Dude's a douchebag.
I mean, proven now,
Now proven. But
proven, because again, before we were going by hearsay, by opinions of others, and that's why I was being very careful because I was like, I don't want to jump into conclusions without knowing all the facts, But now, like, dude, if you get fired, and this is the second time you get fired in less than 10 years from a major wrestling company, and I think this is pretty much done. Like, he can concentrate on doing his MMA commentary, and hope to God he doesn't get another brouhaha there, because they'll just choke him out.
dude,
So
dude better be happy if anyone hires him now. If even if Dana White says, "Hey, you want to make a little run again?"
I would doubt it very, very much. That Dana only gave him that much because of name recognition. But now he's damaged goods right now, man. He's damaged goods. Like I wouldn't. I'm a wrestling promoter and I have money. I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole. Like he is just.
I wouldn't even have touched him after they fired him from WWE.
Look, and this shows you, mind you, I'm going to defend Minky Juice here for a moment. I'm going to defend
Don't
him.
do it.
Yeah, I'm going to defend
You really
Minky
want to
Juice.
do that?
I'm going to defend Minky Juice here. Who's Minky Juice? People are asking. Just
If
listening
you
to
don't know, listen to the other podcast.
at your own risk. Your own risk. And when we're cussing up a storm.
Yes, we're good Christian boys now.
No, yeah, we're good Christian boys. Like where you said the halo over our heads and whatnot.
That's right.
Yeah. We walk into a room, the halo glowing, angels singing. Anyway, Vinnie Mac. Okay, we put the name on him, Vince McMahon. So you can tell that he's so nice. He hasn't addressed the situation since. He never said why he fired him. He's never said anything publicly against CM Punk. He's never said anything good or bad about CM Punk publicly. I mean, he leaves business as is business. But he's had the common sense because back in, that when WWE had that contract with Fox, they did a show, like I think it was called WWE Backstage, something like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they hired Punk. Fox did, and Punk was like in commentary doing interviews with WWE wrestlers. So it was WWE adjacent, but he wasn't outright working for WWE. And the way he explained it, well, I'm not working for WWE. I'm working for Fox. I'm employed by Fox. So Fox was liking the numbers that CM Punk's episodes were producing, and they were like trying to get WWE to hire him back.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox even asked WWE, "Can you hire this dude back? This dude is great numbers. He's doing great numbers. Why don't you hire him?" And Vince McMahon directly told him, "You can ask us anything except that." He flat out said, "You can ask us anything except that." That man ain't stepping a damn door, a damn foot in this door. This is as close as we got him. This is as close as we gonna get him. Thank you very much. He ain't shopping around here.
What was that commercial? But I won't do that.
Oh yeah, that's Meatloaf. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Yeah.
Basically. So,
Yeah.
I mean, Phillip Brooks, I mean, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. That's all I'm going to say about that. You ain't got nobody else to blame but himself. And I'm sorry we hijacked this podcast for another wrestling related endeavor. But, I mean, it's the story of the weekend. So we have to address it. We have to address it, unfortunately. And hopefully, not because I got anything against him, but hopefully, this is the last time we talk about this dude. Hopefully. And we concentrate on other things. Because I would like to talk about other stuff.
Well, if the wrestling world will stop doing stupid stuff.
If he would like to stop doing some other stupid stuff.
I mean, at least Mickey Juice has kept his head down.
Yeah, I mean, he's been a good boy. Like, you gotta have to pet him like it was a giant Saint Bernard. Like, who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's your good boy? Who's kept it in his pants? Who's kept it in his pants? That's your good boy.
Oh,
That's
my
a good boy.
goodness.
He's kept it in his pants.
Oh,
Who hasn't been in the news lately? That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
oh
That's
my
right.
God.
And they were paying you all that money now. You making all that money now. That's right. You done sold your company so you can have all the money now. That's a good boy. That's a good boy.
No, you doing now is sitting back and reaping the benefits.
You're just reaping the benefits. You sage old dog, you. I mean, what else? I mean, that's all he had to do, man. Just shut his trap and count the money. Just get paid. Get paid. And now the new company, the combo between UFC and WWE is going to be, you know what the name is going to be?
No.
TKO.
They're renaming WWE?
No, not WWE. The merger, the company's merger between UFC is still going to be called UFC. WWE is still going to be called WWE. But the combination, the mother company of both of them, Endeavor, is going to change their name from Endeavor to TKO.
Why?
Because to reflect the business between having the two biggest draws in sports and entertainment. So they want to make it like more reflective. I guess technical knockout for all media in sports entertainment. Because I mean, you want to say what you will about WWE, but those people know how to do their production value is off the charts. Their production value is off the charts, and I don't think there is a more experienced company doing live television than they do. There's not a company in the planet, I think, that has more experience than doing live television than they do.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they broadcast all over the world. They have world class equipment, and they did it years ahead by themselves. Their equipment has always been state of the art. It's always been state of the art. Because Vince always, the production side of it, he always treated it as it was, like like it was Hollywood, a Hollywood type production. It's just that the storylines did not match the quality. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. We've been talking too much about wrestling. So, yeah, Philly Brooks fired. What else is new?
Well, what happened a few days ago to the singer of Margaritaville passed away, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah.
76.
Jesus, like, death is like, it's just like cherry picking people at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he wasn't young either. I mean, 76, right?
I think he had some kind of skin cancer. But I don't know if that's like the main
did
cause
him
of the
in?
death.
What did him in?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was either, but still, sucks. It sucks.
Crazy, man.
Sucks. Well, well lived as well. I mean, he did what he. That's all you ask in this life. Like, did what you loved? If your answer is yes, then life well lived. Life well lived. That's all I can say for.
Well, are you doing what you love?
Not yet. Not yet. Nuh-uh. If I said that, would be like the little kid.
Bullshit.
Abu? Abu what? Abu what? Abu what? It'd be exactly like the little kid. If I say that I haven't been doing, I'm half there. Let's say my glass is half full. Because if my life ended now, for example, God forbid, but if my life ended now, I won't be that regretful because I at least got to the point that I wanted the most, which is having the wife and daughter. So I got that. So I can't complain. I can't complain on that end. If it's my time to check out, I can't complain about that department. But in terms of actually performing the things that I wish I could do, that I know I can, and have I done it? Yeah, big old giant regret on that end. Big old giant regret. So that's what I'm saying. Like, if I believe that dude, never knew him, never. I mean, other than that song Margaritaville, that's pretty much all I know about him. That's it. That's pretty much it. So, but I hope that he lived this life and that he lived it and he did what he liked.
I would think people in the entertainment world, if they're doing it, I would think that most of the time it probably would have to be a dream, because all the sacrificing that you do as a regular human being, your parents do just for you to get to where you need to get to. That has to be. I would have to think it would have to be a dream.
Yeah,
because that to me is crazy. That you have this God-given talent, and it's not your dream.
Yeah.
But
anonymous, you call anonymous.
Sorry. Forgot that my phone is hooked up to the thing.
Okay,
here.
we haven't had one in a while, so.
No.
Call anonymous. You call anonymous. They know me. They know my voice. They'll know me.
This is it says here Tony Khan and his mates deciding who calls CM Punk.
Oh, by the way, I finished that movie while ago, but we were in hiatus of Step Brothers.
Oh, you finished?
I finished it. Yeah, it
You
was good.
You like the ending?
Yeah, it was good.
Catalina wine mixer.
It was good.
The Catalina wine mixer.
It was a good one.
So with Punky, I mean, we just have to. I guess this is a song we have to quote for him.
We've got a heck of a job to do, but you can bet that we'll see it through. We did it before, and we can do it again, and we will do it again. We're one for all, and we're all for one. They'll get a licking before we're done.
I guess I should have started with that.
Yeah, that's his theme song. That should be his entrance song. I'm coming down the ring to that.
He did it before, and he'll do it again.
Yeah, that definitely should be his thing.
Oh my God.
His entrance.
Oh my God. It's so ridiculous at this point. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. And what does Vinny say?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah and amen! Amen!
Good old Mini Mac. You go.
I mean, yeah, it's been a while.
It has.
And I guess if Vinny was Dominican and Punky and Punky would have been coming back begging for a job, this is what would happen.
Salgan de ahí, perro. No te reprenda, diablo. Malicia, guanguá, changó, Petro. Una enviación que mandan fue. Una enviación.
That's a joke that only Dominicans are gonna get. Hey, the sound bites are back.
At least they're good ones and not crazy ones.
Oh no, I'm picking. I'm making sure to pick things that are clean because we know you know what we got.
Oh, we.
You know what we got.
When you love.
No, that is clean compared to the stuff.
Oh, the other stuff we have, yeah.
That is clean. That is crispy clean. That is a child can listen to that. compared to the other nasty stuff that we put out there. Lord forgive us. Ooh. Oh God. Oh, I mean, we hit the 40 mark, man. 40-minute mark.
We're gonna end them there.
Yeah. So
We can go for another like half hour. That's the crazy thing.
yeah. So we're just gonna end it with Punky's theme song again. No. Let's be a little bit more reflectful. Maybe like maybe in the future he might be in his room now and probably saying this.
I'm going through changes. I'm going through changes in my life.
It's going to change, man.
He gonna have to go through changes now because he ain't getting no quan no more. That money dried up.
Or it's going to be dried up.
Hey, you know what? You know what that part that I read fired would cause? That means if he wants to sue, they can just present the plethora of evidence, thanks to all the CCTV and all the stuff that they have, the witness, the testimonies. They just shove it on the lawyer's face. They're like, "Which one do you prefer to die on?"
And that's the moment he knew he
done effed up. He just should pick up a sword and just land on it. Just slam himself on top of that sword. And I'm like, yep, well, this is a lost cause. We're done. Shish kebab. Say with feeling. Say how you really feel, Jonathan.
I'm gonna go Christian Boy today.
We ain't editing.
Sundays
Yeah.
from 4 to 5.
Yeah.
I'm a Christian man.
As soon as we hit the stop button.
God, dumb mother.
Cussing up a storm.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
I love my job.
Right. Well, now you do. Now you do. Now you do. Me,
You know, it's funny.
I
know,
play the fifth.
That's right. I told you the crazy week I've been having with looking at cars and looking at this and looking at that.
Yeah. You about to move it on up?
Oh no, I did. It's in the driveway.
Oh,
Yeah.
you didn't finish that story.
Yeah, we didn't have time. We wanted to record quick. But anyway, I do a quick little thing here, even though no one's gonna understand. I got a new car. We went through this. I went through a whole week. It's been a whole week, from Sunday to Sunday. I'm just going
On the hunt.
going to different dealerships, trying to figure out what the best.
Wait a
price
minute.
is.
You mentioned something of a Subaru. So you did get the Subaru?
No. So I went to Subaru. They wouldn't give wifey a good deal on her car, but they would give me a good deal because my car is. You've been in my old car.
Yeah, it's nice.
Nice leather seats, has power
Nice.
gates.
Noise. Let's just say like that. Noise.
Nice. Yeah.
Noise.
It was a Honda Accord.
Yeah, but
No,
it's
not a Honda Accord. A Honda CRV.
Yeah, but in tip-top condition.
Tip-top condition. I tinted the front windows. It looked beautiful. It was a nice white pearl.
Yeah.
So they were giving me Quan for it, like trading it in that had more value to them than my wife did because she didn't have all that, but she had low miles. She had like 21,000 miles on her, so they wouldn't give her any deal.
So
fine.
she barely used it then.
Yeah, because she worked from home for like the first 2 years that we had the car because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So, long story short, I go to Honda wanted to charge me 100 and something more a month for the same car with a nice down payment on it. And then I went to Subaru. Subaru didn't want to give wife a good deal. So, and this, this is the part I hate is just going around, just not dealing with the BS.
Uh-huh.
So, Friday, I had the day off. I went to Mazda. Now, Mazda, I didn't realize after reading all the reports and looking on their cars, their 2023 cars, were rated the best almost on every single car thing you can look at.
I might keep that in mind when it's my turn.
So,
although we kind of have a side business.
Well, I mean, I would, you know what I mean? We'll figure it out.
Yeah. We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
But but at the end of the day, I went to Mazda, drove, test drove the cars.
Whoa.
Hey, woo.
What's wrong with you?
So,
Think you have a say in this? What's wrong with you?
So long story short, Friday I drove 2 Mazdas, beautiful cars. So I went to the first dealership. They said they'll call me back with numbers. Never got a call. But in between that, I went to another one, and he gave wifey the deal of the deal.
To Mazda?
A Mazda, yep.
Okay.
I went, and he looked at me, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I can get you a deal on that too." They didn't have the car in stock, so he goes, "I'll give you this car for $375, and this car is a $40,000 car. It's a CX-5 turbo. The thing is fully leathered. So Mazda, what happened with Mazda is that you get luxury, but you give up a little space in the back. So the car is in great car, top of the line crash, leather seats without.
Okay.
Heated seats. That's what wifey got. Me, I got the full thing. I got heated and steering wheel if I wanted it. I have AC units inside my chair. So if it's too hot, you throw on that AC for the chairs. But I also got heat warmers. I got a sunroof. I got power lift gate. I got like the cream of the crop car for a price that you wouldn't believe that I got it for. It was just crazy. So wifey test drove him. So I said, he goes, here's my thing. My program ends today. You have to come back today and give me a deposit if you want these deals. So I said, I'll be back. I have to go pick up wifey. She has to drive the car and see how she likes it. Well, Friday night we put a deposit down. Now we have two brand new Mazdas sitting in front of our house. So anyone that deals with leasing a car every 3 years or just goes to buy a new car, it's a pain in the butt dealing with all these dealerships. I literally drove last Sunday all over the place looking for deals. Monday, I just was like, let me shoot over to Stanford Subaru to see. They gave me a good deal, but not for two cars. So the whole thing was getting two new cars. And that's what happened. So I'm glad that headache is done for another 36 months.
Sweet. So congrats on the new vehicles.
You. I will take a picture of both and send them to you.
Yeah, rub it in my face. Why don't you?
Oh, I don't want to rub it in your face. I'm just sharing love.
I'm messing with you. Your joy is my joy.
And the same thing around. I'm glad we're on this new page of this podcast, spreading joy. I mean, even though last week after the long hiatus we had a sad one,
the downer of downers.
But hopefully it can't go any further down than that.
Yeah. I did a little revamping on our website, thehuskybarboopod.com, because since we're now concentrating on this, calling it Husky Barbu Media. So I reflected the name change and also the logo. So the logo is there now. It's called it's still huskybarboopod.com, but when you open the page, it says Husky Barbu Media. So all the podcasts are going to have the logo for each respective podcast. Whenever you decide to do your solo act, just let me know. So that way
I mean, it probably won't be solo. I'll probably try to see if someone else wants to do it. I don't think I can run a ship like you.
Like what?
Like I'm a good sidekick.
You can.
I'm not.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
I know it's not hard, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I like bouncing ideas off of other people, and me just sitting there like, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well,
like,
to me, it's easy to talk to myself because I do that all the time.
As long as you don't answer yourself back, that's the whole thing.
Yeah. Caught myself a couple of times, but but that's between me and my shrink. Anyway, and the shrink will be like, interesting.
Okay, let's go from here.
What did you say? What was your answer to that? Interesting. Well, he's German. I don't know.
Hey, listen, he has to be some kind of personality.
So, anyways, as we said,
I like.
What like? Oh, you went to the website?
Of course.
Oh,
why wouldn't I?
So yeah, the logo of the HB Media is there. You know, the beard in the bottom.
I like that. I think. What about the new one though? You don't like the new one?
No, it's coming up. It's just that it's, it's for the podcast, for the individual podcast.
Okay.
So it's coming up. It's already saved up in the website where we upload the podcast. So once we upload this one, you'll see the new logo.
The new logo.
Yeah,
because 123 and 122 and all that still have the same old one.
Yeah,
but I like that. Just leave it like that. I like it that way.
No, but the new one from now on is gonna come up with the new logo.
Yeah, that's fine. We like you said, we both agreed on that. Now I think what we went through.
Yep.
was we talked about it. It was a good thing back and forth. You
Yeah.
were right with the cartoon faces on the other one. That was
Mm-hmm.
so now they can take us more serious.
Yeah. Why so serious?
All right. Well,
Okay, so
we're probably already past the 50 mark, huh?
whew, we've been done past that. We just love to go the hour. We just love to go there. Anyways, so remember the T Public store 30% off.
35% off every
35
day, baby.
Yeah. And I think there's a special percentage off today, they're recording, but that won't be applied for tomorrow. So if you're listening to this on the day that comes out, sorry, sucks to be you. Anyway,
Oh, snap.
sucks to be you. But every other weekend it's 35% off, 20% off. It's always some iteration of that. And also HuskyBarbuPod.com, where you can see now the new logos, and also check out the old podcast if you have the mental fortitude for that kind of thing.
Go ahead and do it.
So again, this has been the
Won't hurt.
Husky Barbus podcast number 124.
All right.
Yeah.
Moving along.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been going for a minute. Anyway, so this has been Ariel, and
John.
so
Nothing.
take care. Wow, you had to cut it in two. So just clear that up. That's Jonathan.
3.
Yeah, clear that up, because people are gonna be like Jonathan.
It's either John or Jonathan, whatever you want to call me,
okay.
or whatever.
I'm asking you to clear it up because for personal experience, there's some people that might actually get confused.
Well, you call me Jonathan, so if you want to keep it that way, we can keep it.
Okay, I mean that's the name your mommy and daddy gave you. So
That's a whole nother story. We're not even gonna get into.
oh,
That. No, it's been real. Have a good week. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow.
and get your head out of your behind, CM Punk.
Yeah, no, we don't want to do another podcast about you, but we
Yeah.
will if we have to.
Yeah, I mean, just keep it. I mean, just keep us giving us material. I mean, Vinnie Mac retired of giving us material, so
But he's still paying us though.
yeah. Secretly on the side. Shh. Hush, 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 hush.
All right, everyone. Peace out.
Take care.